So this is a crooked armbar exercise, and it's a variation of the armbar exercise, and it's worth looking back at the armbar video if you're not familiar with technique about how to get a kettlebell over your head, particularly around packing the shoulder and safety in terms of choosing which weight is the right weight for you. Reason being is these guys are pretty much cannonballs and we don't want one of them falling on your head. So crooked armbar is a really good exercise for building lat tightness in terms of how it creates stability for the shoulder joint and the shoulder blade. In a percentage of the population, the lat muscle, which is your big muscle here, also connects onto your shoulder blade and it helps pull it down. But for everyone else that doesn't have that, they also have this attachment, which is up at the front of the shoulder joint. What it does is it helps create a pulling down effect. And that's a great thing to help keep the joint centrated. And for a lot of people, they lose the ability to tighten this area here while they're doing movements. So if I'm pushing or pulling or pushing overhead or doing a throw, there should be a sense of tightness here. It will ramp up as the task gets harder or more intense, but there should be some sort of underlying tension. If there's not, then the tug of war that's opposing that might be your upper traps or your levator scap, and it's going to lift your shoulder up, which starts limiting movement. So if we can pull down, now I can get into my full range of movement. So this exercise helps rebuild some of that awareness around how to create tension here. So start off with a weight which is lighter than the weight you would use for your armbar exercise. Reason being is we're going to be going through a range of motion and you have to have a greater sort of stabilizing ability. And if you're already working at your max with armbar, then this weight is just going to be too much. So same setup. I'll give you a couple different views. For starters, it's the same progression to begin with. I push with my right leg, and I come over onto my side. So now that I'm here, the armbar exercise changes, and we start to bring the elbow behind your body, and then we push back up. And the whole time I'm doing this, I'm keeping my shoulder in the same position. That'll make more sense from a different view. I come back, down, and then through here. So let's give you a view from the front. And might have to come here. So from this position here, as I go up, and you see from the back, I'm looking at my shoulder, and what I'm doing is I'm not letting my shoulder drift up towards my ear. And if you find this challenging, then this exercise definitely is useful for you. So as I come down behind my body, that lat tightness underneath my armpit is going to stay there as I push the weight back up. And as I push up, I'm not letting the shoulder drift up towards my ear. So a couple reps of that. And into there. So, great exercise for building awareness back in here. And as the weight gets heavier, you might find it's harder to keep this tighter. And you're looking for about that fine line. That'll be an idea of the right weight for you. But play around with that and let me know if you have any questions.